You have already heard Shakun Khanna on gig economy in this series of Future of HR. Here he talks about technology and culture. We wanted to talk about technology.
Yeah, so the other thing that is happening is, we've always talked about the culture of the organization. Now, in the earlier days, culture was a constant thing, so we talk about the Tata culture, or we talk about the PSU cultures and so on and so forth, which were kind of almost the DNAs of the organization. As the world of work is changing, the manifestation of culture of the organizations is also changing. Earlier on, we saw that culture is a very static thing and it kind of continues for years and decades altogether. However, with the new technology invasion in the workplace, we see that culture is also evolving over a period of time. The fundamental basis of culture is around communication, for example. Now, with the technology, communication modalities are changing, the expectations around information sharing are changing, therefore the culture is also evolving. I think it will be very critical for the organizations to look at culture that is contemporary and relevant to the disruptions that they are facing, and not necessarily the frameworks that they have always worked with. Organizations that are able to evolve in terms of their own culture as they progress. Sometimes we also see a new culture emerging when there are mergers and acquisitions happening, and that's something that is going to increase by leaps and bounds as the new age companies specifically start consolidating. Therefore, HR will be the flag bearer of culture transformation. Culture, more than anything else, has to be very, very agile today, and HR needs to crack that code of how do you rapidly change the culture suiting the needs of the hour.
In what way technology will be facilitating or will be a challenge, especially the high-end technologies which are coming? What impact will it have on culture building, and especially as you talked about mergers and acquisitions, when there are two different cultures and we have to assimilate them into one? How does the technology help, and how does it provide an additional challenge?
So technology is both the solution as well as the problem in itself when it comes to culture and evolution of the culture of an organization. 3-4 things that need to be looked at when you are looking at I would not say culture transformation, but realignment of the culture suiting to the latest in the marketplace that you are operating would be. First of all, more and more work will happen virtually. So this whole element of physical proximity and physical connect of people is going to reduce. So that is point number one. Now that will be the solution as well as the problem. Problem being that people will not have as much face time. Better part of it is that a lot of things that are relevant or more important when there are face-to-face conversations will not be necessarily impactful or important from a culture perspective. The other thing is the invasion of new age technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning into the workplace. Increasingly going forward, it will become very difficult to bifurcate between the two. In a virtual environment, when you are dealing with artificial intelligence, machine learning, those kind of things, there would be chances where one would not be very sure about the origin of a communication or an origin of a particular aspect that has a bearing on the culture. So therefore, a lot of pragmatism and practicality needs to come into the professionals. It will need a different kind of maturity. I'm not saying higher or lower level of maturity, but a very different level of maturity. And I like to call it as technological maturity, to be able to understand what to expect from a very, very augmented workplace and what not to expect from a very, very augmented workplace. And that's fine because in our personal lives, that's how we are evolving, and that's how we are looking at leading our lives, so that's going to be the second important aspect. The last thing I think would be around this whole governance and compliances. increasingly we see that workplace challenges are evolving around gender equality, workplace harassment, those kind of things. Newer challenges are coming up specifically as more and more technology is getting adopted. I think it is becoming much more transparent, much more compliant, and more importantly much more humane, because the sense of fairness and transparency is far greater in a technologically augmented workplace than a human perception driven workplace and culture.
Great. Wonderful talking to you, and I'm sure that me as well as other co-professionals will be greatly benefited by your ideas. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much, and all the best to you.